So, you want to be watershed friendly? Well, here's something you can try, especially if you happen to have any furry, four-legged family members. It's called Scoop Poop. Did you know that the average dog creates more than 260 pounds of poop each year? Did you also know that it can take up to a year for a pile of poop to break down outside? Unfortunate things happen when we don't pick up after our pets. All those piles left out in the yard or at the side of the road, they're more than just stinky landmines waiting around to ruin someone's day. They're also efficient little water pollution delivery devices. You see, when dog poop lingers long enough outside, sooner or later, a rainstorm's bound to pass through. And if there's one thing all that falling water is really good at doing, it's washing stuff, poop included, into the nearest storm drain. It's a good bet that all the storm drains in your neighborhood channel rainwater into the same place. Although you might not notice it, that place really isn't all that far away. In fact, it's probably that pretty little stream you drive over on your way to work, or that cute little pond you pass on your way to the grocery store. Now, if that's where all the rain from your neighborhood ends up, it's also where all that dog poop in your neighborhood is going, too. What's that, you say? You think Mother Nature is doing us a favor by washing all that poop away, right? Well, truth is, there's a pretty big downside when everything starts coming together at the end of a storm sewer pipe. Dog waste is chock full of two things: nitrogen and fecal coliform bacteria like Escherichia coli. That's the E. coli you hear about on the news when there's been an outbreak of food or water contamination somewhere in the world. On their own and in reasonable quantities, neither nitrogen nor fecal coliforms are dangerous or polluting. In fact, nitrogen is a soil nutrient that most plants must have in order to grow. That's why it's a common ingredient found in everyday lawn fertilizers. E. coli and other fecal coliforms are living bacteria. They're commonly found in the intestines of animals, including human beings, believe it or not. Over time, humans and other animals have formed what biologists call a commensal relationship with these tiny life forms. And that's just another way of saying they can live inside of us without doing any harm. We always expect to find some nitrogen and some fecal coliform bacteria in the world around us, even in our rivers, lakes, and streams. The truth is, they have to be there if we want our natural systems to work properly. But when they start building up, and up, and up, like they do when a whole lot of dogs are pooping in the same neighborhood, the consequences can be dire. Have you ever seen a pond, a lake, or a river choked by algae? If you have, then you've already seen the kind of damage excess nitrogen can do. Algae and aquatic plants gobble up all the extra nitrogen in the water, sort of like they're eating at an extra yummy all-you-can-eat buffet. Then they start to grow, and they continue to grow until the oxygen in the surrounding water is reduced or eliminated entirely. Robbed of the vital stuff they need to breathe, fish and other aquatic organisms eventually begin to get sick, and sooner or later they die. When fecal coliform levels in water get too high, it's less about the bacteria themselves than it is about the poor company they happen to keep. While some fecal coliform strains are capable of producing toxins that are dangerous to people and wildlife, what's more concerning is the fact that they indicate the presence of other, nastier bugs like Cryptosporidium, Giardia, Shigella, and norovirus. These extra no-good microbial critters cause a whole host of illnesses in humans and animals alike. Everything from gastrointestinal distress to skin, ear, respiratory, eye, neurologic, and wound infections. They are really not nice at all. So here's the skinny on fecal coliforms in water. If the levels are high, then somebody's pooping in it. Or at the very least, someone's pooping near it. So, who is the culprit? Well, we're guessing you probably figured that out a long time ago now, so Here's a cute dog to look at instead. Now, don't get us wrong. Fido's not to blame for every problem with fecal coliform or nitrogen pollution in our waterways. After all, lots of other animals poop outdoors, and even human waste finds its way out of the sewers from time to time. But here are a few more statistics for you to consider. If the average dog produces 260 pounds of poop every year, that means that our state produces on the order of 130 million more pounds of dog poop every time you celebrate a new birthday. Just how much of that 130 million pounds of Jersey fresh dog poop ends up in the streams of the Great Swamp? The answer is not that clear, but we're willing to bet it's more than you want to think about, especially if you happen to be one of those million or so residents who gets their drinking water downstream of Great Swamp along the Passaic River. Now that we've made our case, it's your time to shine. Whether you're working to improve your watershed-friendly home score on our website, or you just happen to stumble on this video while browsing the internet, it's time to start scooping the poop. It's this simple. Go to the store and pick up a package of doggy waste bags. Then start bagging your best friend's business. Just remember, you want to toss those full bags in the trash instead of leaving them to sit in your yard or at the side of the road. And even if you don't live with a dog, you can still pick up some bags and give them as gifts to your pet-loving friends. After all, every dog owner needs poop bags. Thanks for taking the time to watch Scoop the Poop, a Watershed-Friendly Homes action. If you're viewing this video from the Watershed-Friendly Homes website, please remember that you only earn points by documenting your progress, so you'll want to start documenting your first step here right now. If you're viewing this from another location, please take a moment to visit the Watershed-Friendly Homes website to find out what we're all about. And above all, remember to have some fun being watershed-friendly. See you next time.